Today is such a beautiful green day. I know the markets are off to such a good start. As we can see, the week is off to a great start. All the coins are green and up right now, which is always amazing to see. If you see that XRP is up about 4.2%, let's talk about what's going on and what we might expect. Of course, there's a lot of news to talk about. Just sit back and enjoy the show. So if you look at XRP, it's a surprise $3.08, up 4.2% in USD and 3.3% in Bitcoin. It was able to get back above 180 billion to be exact, 182.5 billion in 24-hour trade volume, which was about $5.3 billion. But before I go any further, I want to make it clear that nothing on this channel is meant to be taken as financial advice. While investing in cryptocurrency, you should always be careful and do your own study. This was written by Donald Trump. President Trump says there will be many more days like today, even though the U.S. stock market has already gained more than $1 trillion today. As soon as the market opened, guys, the value of the whole stock market went up by $1 trillion. That tells you how important this is. And Donald Trump says, good day on the stock market. He also says there will be many more days like this. The United States is now richer and better than ever. Thanks for taking the time to read this. Remember that in September, a lot of people were hoping for a possible rate cut. The crypto market was also responding very positively along with the regular market. But keep this in mind right now, today. The chances of a rate cut in September rose to 90%, and many of these big institutions are now expecting a rate of 25 BPS. No doubt, some people say it should be 50 BPS, 75 BPS, or even 100%, but we don't know for sure. It makes sense to start with 25 BPS, but 90% of people think that the rate will go down this time. I also believe that time is very important, and we are preparing ourselves. You know exactly what I mean when I say that if this rate cut happens, I think it will be very good for the crypto markets as a whole. Just look at the success of Circle's IPO. It makes a lot of crypto companies want to go public, which could help altcoins become more popular. Because of this, the world is changing in a way that your boy Crypto ZX has been telling you about for a while now. Crypto firms will take advantage of this because I think it's going to be a boom, but I don't think it'll last for a long time. Plus, not all of these companies that go public will be around for a long time. I think they'll definitely take advantage of the hype that's around going public right now. And of course, in a Circle, the kinds of returns that people got from the IPO, like if they bought at the IPO, is getting a lot of attention, and I think a lot of businesses are paying attention. That's why this doesn't surprise me, and I think more and more crypto companies will go public. However, we need to be aware that not all of them will be the truly new ones. Only a few will be. This makes me more excited about the Ripple IPO. Speaking for myself, I believe it will be the largest IPO for a cryptocurrency company. I think it will even be much faster than Coinbase. But once more, that's just my view. Time will tell. Please tell me what you think about this below. However, there is still a lot of desire for Bitcoin. Quantum buildup is going up. OTC supplies are running out. I'm sorry, I meant to say falling. Holders for a long time are still buying. Now, a lot of people forget about these long-term buyers. Yes, before it was whales and maybe a few small businesses that were building up. But now we're talking about asset managers and hedge funds with billions or even trillions of dollars coming on board. Everyone wants to get rich. We no longer talk about that 4-year pattern. In play, this helps me understand it better. It makes me think, what if you look at it that way? Maybe the ones that get the ETF, maybe. I believe that those will move away from the 4-year cycle, but let's not get too excited about that. I really believe that 98% of the market will still respond to the bear market. Please tell me what you think about what's going on in the comments below. But once more, these are things we don't want to forget, but look at this. The CFTC is starting a project to look into trading spot crypto assets contracts on CFTC regulated markets and wants to hear from the public. As the agency's chair, Caroline Pham, said last week, it's part of a larger crypto race. Again, very important things are happening in that area. There is talk about widespread acceptance and clear rules. The thing in question is right here in front of us. Shutter to Smoke says that Ripple will get XRP into the core of banks in the end, through a national bank charter for a special reason. Take a close look. It's interesting that non-depository financial technology companies are rushing to get an SPMB charter in the US. This would allow these firms, which are basically crypto companies, to sneak into the mainstream. You should know that timeframe banking, which skips middle banks and other banks, will give your business credibility over the years of claimed regulation. I'm sorry, legal background, I talk too quickly. I might start to miss some words when I talk too fast, but thank you for understanding. A lot of people know that Crypto ZX talks too fast when he's excited. Okay, Thanks to everyone who is patient. But anyway, let's go on. Shout out to Mr. Man, who says that the genius move by the government is to give all USD stablecoins a 3-year grace period. At this point, the digital asset service company can't use USD in their stablecoin offering if they don't follow the rules. The RLUSD is going all the way because Apple asked for a national charter license. In the last picture, I showed how the building structure of the legal model is set up. We've already talked about this, of course. Things are already starting to go this way. Stablecoins are the most popular right now, and the ones that will last are the ones that have been approved by regulators as clear and safe. Of course, RLUSD does all of those things. Check out this too. Paul Atkins says, you know what? We'll make sure that the next chapter of financial innovation is written right here in America. These are some of the best parts of the movie. You can watch it on Paul Atkins's old account. What Stewart says, though, is that Chair Atkins knows that the last government pushed crypto companies overseas. He is now focusing on making clear, tailored standards and drawing firm lines to stop the SEC from overstepping its bounds over each. I totally agree with that, and it kind of goes back to the question of what kind of incentive they could give to these big companies that want to build in the US when they could still build somewhere else. I'm pretty sure they're working on something that will give these crypto companies a reason to really do well and make the US capital, which is already beginning to happen. Again, big things are happening that many people don't notice. We don't want to be one of those people. Also, this change comes at a time when business interest in XRP is growing around the world. And this is with the SBI. We're going to go over this to really talk about what's going on. As we already knew, the Ontario Security Commission gave the go-ahead for 2 spot XRP ETFs to be launched in Canada in June, while the SEC has given the go-ahead for several Bitcoin-only spot ETFs to be launched in the US. More than 10 asset managers want to make a similar product for XRP and other coins as well. Now, Ripple, as a longtime partner, SBI Japan wants to release a basket ETF that includes XRP and Bitcoin, as well as another product that is linked to BTC and gold. Notably, SBI thinks that the latest efforts by Japanese financial service agencies to recognize cryptocurrencies as real money will have an effect on the approval of the ETF. That means it's not just happening in the US, it's going around the world, it's right in front of us. Now let's talk about what's going on with the price of power. It's doing exactly what we want it to do at the beginning of the week. A lot of great things are happening with the dominance. We are below our May lows, which were around 61.9%, which is very important to remember. I really like what I see here for the power. Also know that Bitcoin did break above $115,000 when it comes to BTC. It got as high as $115,700, but we couldn't quite stay above that level. We're still above 115, but there is some resistance in that area. Things are going well so far, but we need the daily light to close above 115. That would give me more hope that things will get worse. However, if you're looking at XRP, it also did something great. Well, as I said in my last post, we knew we would break above that important resistance level at $3. Just now, you can see that the price of XRP is beginning to rise again to some of the other periods. Let's take a look. Check out what's going on with XRP every hour to see this for yourself. The $3.10 mark is where we are running into some trouble. Yes, I think that $3.10 is about right. If this can break out, remember that $3.18 is the next goal, and I think that could be easily taken back if we can. For now, I'm really liking what I'm seeing with XRP. It needs to break out of this level, and we're going to take things one step at a time. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll see you when crypto is the X